Hey guys, welcome back to All Things Flowers. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you an update on all the things. So if you're new here, my name is Jasmine. I'm named after a flower. I garden in Dallas, Texas, Zone 8B. And I'm going to be giving you an update on our garden, which is called Peace Paradise. So we grow fruits, flowers, and veggies. And after the winter storm fern, I'm just going to be showing you like what's going on in the garden. We're going to be planting some new things, and also stay tuned because I'm going to be giving you guys a weight loss update. Winter storm fern here in Dallas, Texas was super unusual because it's 1 a.m. in the morning and it was super bright outside. Everywhere I look, everywhere I turn, freaking weeds everywhere. So the plan of attack is just to, the paths, they're ugly. Everything in the garden is ugly right now. So the plan of attack, there's weeds galore, is to tackle the front of the garden and to work our way back into restoring this beautiful paradise. I have my rows going. We're clearing out weeds slowly, fertilizing trees. We're doing it all. The trees are waking up. I am so happy. Although it's the end of winter, it's like the beginning of spring already. So remember the flowers that I told you that are cool season flowers that you can plant, which is straw flower status. So these have survived the frost that we had, and they're still going strong. So we still have some weeds in some of our beds, but here is some chrysanthemums I have. Here are some more chrysanthemums that have seeded themselves. As you can see, it's still a weedy mess, and I'm just going to be working bed by bed, but I'm going to be planting some Snapdragons where you see that yellow bag there. I'm going to be using this cow manure just because the dirt is just like a little bit softer. It can stay moist a little bit longer, so I'm going to be using that to plant my flowers and Snapdragons. And what we want right there is that dark black, it'll stay moist because it gets really dry here in Texas. All the dirt out. And pause it. My little tiny split right there that'll help us sprinkle these Snapdragon seeds. Now, when you're planting Snapdragons, you're going to want to just lightly tap, and you can't even like see where you're tapping, so I'm just moving slowly throughout the perimeter. Next, we have our Perennial Limonium status. And we're just going to repeat that same process. So tear you a little tiny hole in the opening. There you go, so you can sprinkle it. That's a little bit too tiny. That's going to take forever. Although it's winter, it's 80 degrees today and our trees are blooming. So I have a lot of work to do today. I'm going to be clearing out some more beds and planting some potatoes and transplanting some vegetables. So I can't get enough of lemon balm, so I'm going to be transplanting that. We have some broccoli, some cabbage, and we have some Brussels sprouts, and also some celery. Since I will be growing fruits, flowers, and veggies, I'm trying to maximize my growing space, so I'm going to be companion planting, which means I'm going to be planting like more than one vegetable in the same spot. So since I'm planting potatoes, I'm going to be pairing my potatoes with cilantro and basil seeds. So with potatoes, you can also grow corn and beans with potatoes. So in our 4x8 of compost and cow manure, we're going to be planting our sprouted and seeded potatoes. Gardening is so unpredictable, and so I've changed my mind. Like after planting the seeded potatoes, I realized I have so much more space and I need to get 12 more potatoes to fill up this bed. And so in between the spacings of potatoes, I'm going to actually plant onions, since they really take almost the same amount of time to mature. So I'm going to be filling in my spaces with these onions. And then I'm thinking about planting my cilantro and basil just within those spacings as well to maximize my growing space. Seeing things bloom in my garden just feels like a blessing, because when I drive along the highway, I don't see anything else blooming, but in my garden, God has blessed it to where, we're still in winter and things are blooming. So I'm super excited. So here's an update on that perennial status that we planted earlier, and we have a ton that have germinated. Then I have a big clump of Snapdragons, and some are kind of spread out. So here in this bed, we have a mix of Nigella, borage, and something else that's a surprise. So I'm not really sure what's going to pop up, but I'm excited to see what actually comes up. Here's my weight loss update. And as always, you guys, I'm wishing you guys peace, love, and blooms. See you guys in the next video.